Hello out there, you wonderful people. This is Andre, the Game Idea Guy. Thank you once again for lending me your time and your ear listening into another Gamer Stuffs discussion. And there are a few subjects I'm going to talk about really quickly, and also you will hear my son in the background likely because we are out for a walk. So, that all said, okay, first thing I want to talk about Xenoblade Chronicles 3 being moved up from September to July, an earlier release. So nobody was expecting that. Nobody was expecting that at all. I wish I could have made the prediction that would happen because it is hilarious that it has. And when I go ahead and you look at the trailer the new trailer that they put out, and I don't know if anybody else has done this just yet, but you may be able to make some comparisons to the Breath of the Wild sequel and Xenoblade Chronicles 3 because of some of the effects that are going on that you see. and maybe Digital Foundry was talking out their butt because you see those same, not all the same effects, but similar effects happening in Xenoblade Chronicles 3 that would happen in the Breath of the Wild sequel. So, we all know that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is undoubtedly going to be the longer game between the two of them. That's without a doubt that's going to be the case. So, Digital Foundry, if you believe that the Breath of the Wild sequel is too big for the Switch, what do you have to say about this? I'm just saying. But to be honest, like honestly, part of me thinks that this was a petty move on Nintendo's part. Part of it was petty. The other part was profit. So this Nintendo was like, they think that Breath of the Wild 2 wouldn't be able to run on the Switch? I mean, Monolith, is Xenoblade Chronicles 3 done yet? It is good. Set the release for July. Like we can already start shipping out to all our retail partners. Just set it up for July. I feel like that's what happened. I swear that's just kind of how I think part of that boardroom discussion went for this decision. Which honestly, for anybody who's a Xenoblade Chronicles fan, I have a feeling that this game is going to be way more robust than people are going to give it credit for. And you definitely can tell that they improved upon their engine heavily. I'm just looking at it like they definitely really, really tightened things up. I don't know to what effect, but even in the Xenoblade Chronicles 2 trailers, you can see some slowdown. And you really didn't see it in this trailer. I mean, maybe they just only showed off the good parts. That's a possibility. But it does look like it is definitely more stable and more steady for the frame rate. But then again, that could also just be while the Switch is docked. I have no idea what handheld mode gameplay would look like. But either way, the game is looking like it's going to be good, fun, and have tons of hours worth of content for people to dig into. Now, next thing I want to talk about is Sonic Origins. Okay, that's coming out, was it late June, toward the end of June. Sega, when you do a chart, don't make it so confusing. Because the way they made it look is like you're getting several different editions of the game, which isn't the case. You have your standard edition, which is going to be $40, and then your deluxe edition, which is going to be $45. That $5 additional gets you a couple extra things that you will be able to purchase later on anyway. You just can't purchase them right out the gate. Likely because Sega just hasn't set it up separately yet. And those pre-order bonuses are things that you can earn in game. You're just getting them early if you pre-order for either the standard or the deluxe edition. That's it. You can earn the stuff in game. Just getting it pre-ordered means that you get it early. Or you get some assistance. Because Sonic apparently is collecting coins now throughout these games. It does look like the Origins collection is the updated versions of Sonic, of the original Sega Genesis games. Now, it could be a smart ass and say, well, I already have all these games multiple times over through different collections. I mean, I have the Sonic Jam collection for the Sega Saturn. I do have Sonic CD on mobile and on PC, as well as the original disc for Sega CD. And I'm hoping that with them doing this collection that they did add Knuckles to Sonic CD, because he was the only one from the original trio that was missing to be playable at this point, because both the mobile and PC ports, as well as the version of it that went to consoles, all had Tails be an additional playable character. So adding Knuckles would just make sense if they went that route. I'm hoping that they did. But that daggone chart was just confusing for no reason. Because apparently Sega doesn't know how to outline a chart that just tells you, hey, these are the things that you get for pre-order. These are the things that come with the standard edition. These are the things that come with the deluxe edition. And these are the things that you can purchase later if you buy the standard edition. That's all it was. And people got up in arms about it and got into an uproar. But that's all it was. And that's something that they could have more clearly communicated. Because that chart makes it look like you got 5 different versions of the game. When really, there's only one. There's only really one. But getting it deluxe edition just nets you some stuff early on. Pre-ordering it gets you some stuff early on, and the deluxe edition is stuff that you will be able to purchase later. Simple as that. Now, those two subjects out the way. Okay, I gotta talk about this in general as a gamer, because I'm seeing like this whole Xbox PlayStation war thing going on, and it's not like it's even funny. Most of the time it's actually pretty sad. I'll give it to y'all. 7 and 8 gen, y'all had some witty stuff to say. But it's like currently half this stuff is just stupid. Hold on, sorry. Gotta be politically correct. Cognitively deficient. Now, I'm just like, how do you come up with these jokes that really end up not being jokes, and then basically telling that you have expectations of the industry that honestly, because of people having certain actions and being compulsory about a lot of things, why certain things happen the way that they do? Like, people arguing back and forth, well, y'all think that the Xbox Series S and X is going to catch up with the PS5, and by the time that these tools that are supposedly going to, like, dude, whatever. Both systems are pretty much maxed out the way that they can be maxed out without changing the method of programming. And that's the big issue. It's not that the consoles don't have more to give. It's that the devs are still stuck in programming the way that they have been programming since last generation, which doesn't take it full advantage of the hardware in either respect. That's the problem. If they really want to take advantage of the Xbox and the PlayStation, then they'll have to start programming their games the way that Mark Cerny said that they need to be programmed. But when you got Unreal literally doing the exact opposite of what the internal programming of the consoles does, it's not going to make much of a difference. And here again, more people expecting a PlayStation 5 Pro. And it bugs me because I'm like, do y'all really want to see this industry start to collapse in on itself more than it already has? Keep telling people, like, the more y'all try to get these companies to push the uncanny valley boundary, the worse it's going to be and the more expensive it's going to get. And we're going to run into the same situation that we ran into at the beginning of the 7th generation all over again, with a bunch of developers all basically going to crap. And this time it's not just going to be middleware that it happens to. You're going to see a lot more AAA studios closing because they can't keep up with the output for how much money they have to spend and how little return they get back. It's going to cause more of an industry collapse. So y'all gotta stop trying to get these companies to push that boundary and get them to find other ways to make their games more engaging outside of the visuals. Because that's a major problem, and it's something I have harped on forever. Like, you want to see the gaming industry move forward and be better than it is? Well, always expecting them to make the visuals better is not the way to make it happen. It's just not. You know, like, and everybody's worried about ray tracing and all that. Until ray tracing can be standardized for everyone and not just be selectively done, it's a waste of money. And gaming shouldn't be trying to dive into ray tracing anyway, because it makes the development of your games that much more expensive. It should have been held off on that until, you know, it was a practice that didn't cost as much. Maybe should have let the movie industry go ahead and see what they could do with that first, and let them make it a consistent thing, especially for, you know, CG movies and animations and such. Which I think that's what's going to happen. The movie industry is eventually going to come through with a breakthrough, and then everybody else is going to adopt it. But for gaming, it's a sinkhole currently, because companies don't make as much money when they try to fork through having all these additional visual effects in their games. Because not only do they have to pay to be able to use these effects and such, but they have to also pay to be able, well, to have their teams do the work to get it together and even get the games running at an acceptable rate. This was probably not the generation to try to push that. Hell, we got games barely doing 4K at a stable rate. And that's if they do 4K. But that's what this is all coming from just seeing Xbox and Sony gamers chomping at the bit to crap on each other. So that's my opinion of that. Oh, and also I meant to say this about Sonic Origins. There should have been a physical edition of the game, and we're likely going to have to wait for limited run to say that they're doing something for it to actually be a special collector's edition, but Sega should have set that up themselves a while ago. But they didn't. But outside of that, thank you guys very much for listening in. Keep your eyes and ears up for more stuff from me, and until the next time, enjoy your games, and peace out, everybody.